Hi, I'm Rebecca Matias, intuitive success coach, speaker, and author. And welcome back to week number 4. This is a 6-part video training series for your transformation, 6 steps to create more happiness and more success. Now, who doesn't want to do that? So I hope you've enjoyed this series so far. I'm really excited to share today's tip with you. And I just want to do a small recap. So week number 1, we talked about your desires. And then week number 2, we went into your environment, and I touched a little bit on that last week. And I hope that you have seen a difference. I've been hearing from some of you, as well as some of my clients that I've been working with, the kind of breakthroughs that you've been having as a result of taking the time to address your environment and looking at how you surround yourself. That's a really big, huge thing. So I'm excited to hear about all of your successes, and I thank you for sharing, for those of you who have shared. And again, remember to put your comments in the box below. And we're going to go ahead and dive right into secret number 4. And secret number 4 is boundaries. So just think for a minute, when you hear that word, what comes up for you? When you hear the word boundaries, if anything pops in for you, just listen to your own intuition, your own inner teacher, which is what intuition means. And I want you to think about what you are investing your time in and what is nourishing you and what is taking away from you. So you might need to have a boundary with the kind of TV that you're watching, or a boundary with how much time you're taking on Facebook, for example, or another social media outlet. So if you don't have boundaries in your life with people, with TV, with all these different components, you are going to be out of balance. And when you're out of balance, you cannot create the success and happiness that we've been discussing in this video training series. So, and this can be in any area. You can be having a boundary issue with too much exercise, for example, or on the other end of the spectrum, certainly too little exercise. And it could be food. Is there a variety in your diet? Are you having a boundary issue with sugar, for example? And how is that impacting you? So the things that you invest your time in and the boundaries that you have placed around what it is you're doing is what will directly impact the level of happiness that you're experiencing, or the level of conflict that you're experiencing, the level of struggle, and also your level of success, your external results. So this week we're going to talk about what you take in with the boundary issue and what you're giving out, because there's 2 sides of this boundary issue. So first we'll talk about what you take in. So think about your day, and if you're not 100% sure of how you're investing your time, then the first place to start is with awareness. So taking a look at journaling. What do you do when you wake up? What are you investing your time in throughout the day? Do you, at the end of your day, get through it and go, oh, I didn't have any time for myself, and then feel depleted as a result? That means you're not taking in enough things that are nourishing you, and you might be giving out too much. It can also mean that you're taking in things that are not nourishing you, that are depleting you. And one example of this can be to watch too much TV or to watch the wrong kind of TV. So we are bombarded by the media with a lot of negativity. And if you turn on the TV and you've got that on while you're getting ready for work, for example, that is just contaminating your environment. And even though you don't think that you're maybe hearing exactly what's going on, your subconscious mind is still being permeated by the material that you're listening to. So you want to start paying attention to television, what kind of shows that you're exposing yourself to, and what kind of audios you're listening to. Are you listening to expansive audios? Are you listening to wealth consciousness material? And also, what are you reading? So I am a big advocate of reading fabulous novels, and I do that, but I'm very particular about the type of novels that I read, and for fun. So looking at what kind of movies you are investing your time and energy into, and then back to the books. Definitely you want to be reading some kind of expansion or wealth consciousness book, but it's fine to read a novel for whatever pleasure, of course. And the thing with that is then looking at the boundary. So are you only reading juicy novels and not reading the wealth consciousness material that's going to help expand your awareness and help expand your level for intaking of success and happiness? And so that's the taking in of material, the consumption. So you want to look at your boundaries with food, your boundaries with people, and the consumption. Are you allowing people to come into your life that you don't really want to be spending time with? And then you have the external boundaries, the putting out. And so this is an area, like for me, example, when I first started my coaching business, I wanted to help people so much. I have such a passion for what I do that I would really over-deliver, and I would give more of my time to my clients, and they would walk away usually feeling a little bit more overwhelmed because I had given them so much information. Since I ask the questions that get the breakthroughs for my clients, they tend to have faster breakthroughs in a shorter amount of time. So I have learned over time now that giving too much is depleting to me, but it's also overwhelming to my clients. So I had to learn a new boundary level there. And I also had to learn a boundary level of what I'm giving out as a coach and how I show up as a friend or a family member who's supporting someone, because I don't want to go into my boundary of how I would be showing up as a coach. So for you, this can look like, are you feeling like you're giving more in a relationship than you're receiving? And it's really not a 50-50 thing. A lot of people think that it is, but it's not. It's 100%, 100%. And I'm not saying that every relationship is 100% all of the time. It certainly is not. But you know that if you're showing up 100% of the time, not to over-deliver and go into I'm showing up 110% or I'm giving more in this relationship and there's no reciprocation. So relationships is somewhere that you definitely probably have a lot of charge around boundaries, and you want to look at how can you honor yourself, or are you honoring your highest self in this relationship with what you're giving? Are you walking away feeling depleted, like you don't have enough time for yourself? And that can be with anyone. That can be with friends, that can be with family, husbands, boyfriends, kids, in-laws, all different walks of relationships. So taking a look at that. And then what else, like how else are you giving out? Looking at how you're investing your time. And sometimes that can mean that you're over giving. If you volunteer or you're on the PTA or PTO or whatever it's called, that can be on the dark side there too, so to speak. So if you're over volunteering and you're over investing your time and energy in external things that aren't nourishing to you, or you're showing up depleted because you didn't already give to yourself, or you're giving from a place of like a low gas tank, for example, you're going to eventually run out of gas, and if you don't take care of yourself, you will pay for it. So this week, the breakthrough question for you is, where do you need to tighten up your boundaries? Where do you need to give less, take in more? And where do you need to take in less and give more? So that's a twofold thing. So really journal this week about that. And again, it may start with just the awareness piece. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's success secret for your transformation, 6 secrets to creating more happiness and success. And remember to post your comments and share it with your friends, because I am ready to contribute to transforming the world into a better place. Thanks again, everybody. Rebecca Matias, your intuitive success coach, and have a great rest of the day.